We talked about the go-go years, Joseph, now the slow-go years. Talk to me a little bit about planning for long-term care, because I know that a lot of people will need that eventually in life.
Correct.
How do you go about incorporating that into a couple's overall retirement planning for their future?
Yeah, so long-term care can definitely throw a wrench into a lot of retirees' plans. And we know that for the average couple who's 65 years old, there's a 75% chance that at least one of them is going to go through some form of long-term care. Now, when we're planning for this, there's two things that make it a little bit more difficult. And that is, we don't know exactly when this event is going to happen or how long it can actually last for. So what we have to do for our clients in that financial plan is we run a rolling window of long-term care need. That's when we're taking the current cost of long-term care and we're inflating that out at medical inflation, which is actually higher than typical inflation.
Okay.
We're showing them through that plan that you may actually be able to self-fund a long-term care event whenever that may happen for you. They don't have to rely on a long-term care policy, which can raise premiums or set limitations. And if they don't use that money for long-term care, it's not being kept by an insurance company. It can be given to a beneficiary or used to fund another goal.
That's incredible. So that provides peace of mind either way. It's a blanket over
Exactly.
everything. Okay, Joseph, thank you so much. Eric, in Southwest Florida, living is not necessarily inexpensive. What are couples looking for from their investment advisor, if you will?
Yeah, that's a great thing. So people are really craving financial infrastructure anymore. You know, and people will come in and they say, Eric, we have this lifestyle. We've become accustomed to it. We have a boat. We like to go to the beach. Now, all of a sudden, people realize now that they have this lifestyle, they don't want to lose it. They want to actually make sure that they're outpacing inflation. They don't have to worry about taxes. They're creating imperishable income. And we're doing this by creating this financial dome, if you will. And what's happening is you have a financial plan, an income plan, a tax plan. You have a sophisticated portfolio. Lastly, you have concierge service. Who would have thought that was something? In this world today, people are getting more and more frustrated with customer service. They want to be able to call somebody and actually be able to talk to somebody.
Yes.
That's what our office is all about. We want to be able to communicate. And again, there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to your finances, but a lot of people are looking for that financial magic. They think it's just going to appear. But the financial magic that a lot of people are looking for is typically in the work that they're actually avoiding. So again, if you want a full financial plan, it is a little bit of work, it's effort. Give us a call today and let's get that process started.
Joseph, I also want to ask you a question. How does a couple ensure that they will be okay financially if one spouse passes away? Because honestly, we know that happens quite often where someone's left alone, they're suddenly a widow. How do you handle that?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is one of the most common concerns that we hear from a lot of retirees is, I just want to make sure that if something happens to me that my spouse is taken care of. And it is a realistic scenario. We've had many cases where even younger retirees will come in and unfortunately something happens to one of them and it changes their situation drastically, and not just financially, but mentally and emotionally as well. And the last thing that you want for somebody who just went through something as traumatic as losing a loved one is for them to be worried about their financial health. And so it is a scenario that we have to run into that financial plan where we're proving to them through the data and the facts of that plan that that surviving spouse will be able to continue living that desired lifestyle, that neither one of them is going to be a financial burden on each other. And it's just one of many examples of how having that financial plan in place can provide so much confidence and clarity to so many of those unknowns in retirement.
And it's really about just picking up the phone and calling in and booking that consultation
That's
for
right.
peace of mind, Joseph. Absolutely.
Retirement